Introducing the International Endurance Series by Low Fuel Motorsport. Teams will compete for a total prize money of €15,000 over the course of 5 unique endurance events. In each event, teams will face a different challenge: rarely driven cars, dynamic weather conditions, stretching tire life, or reversed grids. Teams will have to be adaptive to come out on top of their competitors and claim victory in the International Endurance Series by Low Fuel Motorsport.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome along to qualification for round number 3 of the International Endurance Series by Lian Lee 2025. My name is John Wright, and I will be taking us through the action from our split quali session this evening and the second half of the 4.5-hour race tomorrow. As I said, all part of the International Endurance Series by Lian Lee. We've had 6 hours of quota. We've had 4 cars, 3 tracks and 12 races last time out in the Infinity by VCO. And round number 3, we'll see race 14 for the drivers, and it is a double stint extravaganza tomorrow out on track. 48-minute stints over a 270-minute race. 3 sets of tyres. The drivers will be mandatorily double stinting their tyres. Of course, the 2x4 at the Nürburgring and Nordschleife on the 15th and 16th, and on the 29th it's the Porsche Showdown. Oh, and that is the wrong one. Apologies. There we go, as mentioned in that beautiful opening trailer. €15,000 prize pool, €3,200 for our series champions, €2,200 for second, and €1,600 for third place. 18th, 19th and 20th will all receive €100, so all the way down to 20 cash paying places. There is the points per race, as we can see, points all the way down to 49th position. 43 teams out on track for tonight's extravaganza, and it will be an extravaganza. We saw a whole lot of racing last week, and it was Team Nitro with the lion's share of the wins, it has to be said, and it's kept them comfortably at the top of the table, just ahead of Alien by Nitro Concept, 21 points adrift. They're only 11 points ahead of 255 Competition, with Visceral Esports and Williams Esports both in the top 5. BS Plus, Jardier, Alien Academy, Oplight and Visceral all inside the top 10. And as you can see, not many points separating the grid, and we've still got some serious racing to come. That racing will take place tomorrow. Tonight though, it is our qualifying session. There we go. A few drivers in the pit, but yes, for quali this evening, as I said, it is a split qualification. 1 driver per session per team. It will be, the first drivers will come out. It's 10-minute qualifying sessions basically. It's a 10-minute shootout. The top 25 will go through to Q2, and then it will be the top 15 that go into Q3. So positions 26 through 43 will be decided in the first session. It will then be 25 through to 16 that's decided in Q2, and Q3 will bring us our pole position team and the 14 drivers behind them. As I mentioned, 43 cars out on track. More talent than you can shake a phenomenally big stick at, as you would already expect, of course. Let me just change a couple of things over. Good evening to everyone in the chat as well. I know we've got joint chat once again with the German channel. Make sure you follow all of the channels. Jonathan has been in. Oh, we've got a subscription as well. Pranav Kalavala, who I think is watching on the German channel, because he is saying hello. Oh, he said hello to Jonathan. Jonathan's in here as well, actually. My apologies. I thought it was Chris he was speaking to, but no. You are the GOAT, he says. There's the LFM socials, and there's a link, of course, to the main sponsor, Lian Lee. Huge thanks to them for putting on the event. And again, huge thanks to VCO for coming up with the 12, 20-minute races last week. That was a whole lot of fun. The drivers are here tonight for Imola. As I said, it will be the 4.5-hour race tomorrow with the 48-minute stint timer. Drivers will be double stinting their tyres. As you can see, some of them warming their tyres up. Some serious talent on track. It really, really is. Still a few cars in the pit as well. A bold strategy, given the format. Yeah, we've got the session best time up on there. And there we go, sorry, some of the technology just having a bit of a moment. We are back up and running. Full sunshine for Imola, and it will be a fully dry race tomorrow as well. Because let's face it, 3 sets of tyres, that's going to make it interesting. Quick couple of cars sharing the pit stops. Quite a few cars pulling over and jumping back into the pits. That's RNL Roar pulling over. No times coming in as yet. Quite a few of the cars. Yeah, I'm confused by... bear with me a moment. Okay, yes, so there's been a bit of an issue with one of the cars joining, so a couple of the cars unable to take part at the moment. We'll see what sort of times come in, and if anyone is able to set a time, with only 5 minutes left to go. Yeah, not long left. In practice, we were seeing times as quick as 1 minute 39.3. Is what we were seeing. The slowest time was 1.2 seconds down on that, so very close. 39 cars. Right, okay, yeah, sorry, just check in, see if there's any updates there on the rest of the field, because yeah, as we can see, there is several cars still in the pits. The checkered flags signifying that. We'll see if anyone does. Oh, temporary lost sound as well, excellent. I think I saw a time come in there, nope. Warming up the tyres and a bit of sideways action through turn 19. I'm just trying to see if we can get a jump on board with a car for a full lap. But a lot of the cars are pulling over. Let's try our luck into turn number 2 on board with Johannes Price. Out of turn number 4 through Tamburello. Nice little short straightaway here, very inviting this chicane for overtakes. You can see the optimal line where the rubber has been laid down, and then yep, it is into Toza. Quite the little uphill number this is, and then the huge descent, of course, down into Aqua Minerale. Those curves on the way up, in fact, it would maybe be better with the camera on the other side of the car. for this. We've got 3 minutes left. We're still not showing any times. In fact, let me just confirm that. Oh no, there we go. Schwiderick with a 141.0. We've got slightly sidetracked on the onboard with as far as the corners go, but we're certainly still seeing, yeah, monster interaction with the curbs. Absolutely pushing the limits there. Let's see. 139.5 for Rotor. So yeah, it's shown as a red flag. He's in the pits. He's got a 139.5. Which isn't showing on the tower. Let me see if we can't change that. Oh, another car pulling over. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting times at the moment. Let me see if I can't fix that. Right, okay, yes, so we're seeing the times on there. Excellent. Hey, perfect. Right, so Leroy is 139.5, so actually quite a few cars showing us out on track when they're still showing us red on here. But we've got 1 minute left to go. There is 5 cars actually. We've got 41 in the session, so a couple have dropped out because of the complications. Campagnella for Visceral, 10th in the championship. Goes 8th in qualifying, so right in the drop zone then is Kolosov. He's got Papin just behind him, but Papin is in the pits. Quali is all but done, in fact. Yeah, with 24 seconds left to go, we've finally got some times on. Apologies, but we've got Luke Addison looking to set a time. He needs to get himself a 1 minute 40.236. And that'll put him 1,000th under. Don't be surprised if that's the time he sets. As of 1 minute 40.2 for 15th. Pole currently sitting at 1 minute 39.5. Let's see what Addison does across the line. 13th place. He does get himself up into the top 15. And sorry, top 25, of course. For this session. Let's go to this screen here and we'll get a look at the quali results for session number 1. It is BS Plus, Rotors, Osterman and Niels Nadjuks bringing the car home. Of course, Rotors taking the honour, so he's got Osterman and Nadjuks still to come. 2 purple sectors, 139.5. Bykov followed home by championship leading Bastian Richter. He's got Holborn and Grunwald. That is quite the lineup, but they've got the job done. Most importantly, Sharat, Boothby and Abeladze, 25th position by 2 thousandths of a second. So they've made it in to Q2 by literally 2 thousandths of a second. That goes quite uploaded. So yeah, they will make it through to Q2. Magnani out, Walsingham out for Veloci, SMR and RNL Roar as well. Miguel Reno Ritchie, 29th position. Only 9 hundredths off a pole. 29th place. As you can see, the whole field separated by 2.3 seconds.
Green line. Give it all you got.
So this will be the drivers out for a quick practice session. Let's jump back to here. In fact, we'll check and see if we have the results. There we go. We do indeed. So, confirmation as the cars have themselves a little practice session. 5-minute practice session before another 10-minute quali. It will be a different driver taking the wheel. And then the same again in the final qualification session. So yeah, interesting strategy to see the drivers in teams. Do you send your quickest driver out first to make sure that you make it through? Because yeah, if everyone else does, you could be very, very close. As we saw briefly there, 2,000 quicker than the car in 26th place. So absolutely squeaking their way into the second session. The track conditions will stay exactly the same. The drivers will get a quick run out. So a quick practice session for the next group of drivers. We've got Osterman is out, Barrier is out for the Jardier team in the Honda, Stubenrauk is behind the wheel. Armamentario have got Orziev out this session. O'Sullivan, I'm sure Tadai was in the last section. In fact, some of those names might have been incorrect because of the issues with the entry list. So it may appear that a couple of drivers are doing another stint. I don't think they are. Polovchuk, Makovkin is out. We've got Sasha Wasner out. Paz Paw. Leon Berndt is out on track as well. Trineski. Walsingham still behind the wheel. I think he's about to hand that over though. So we've still got 33 in. There'll be a few cars dropping out shortly. Let's just check and see. Yep, everything's still firing on. Perfect. Well, yeah, once again, welcome to everyone in the chat. Sorry, technology. Just having a few moments here. But yeah, any surprises there for anyone? There was, yeah, quite a few teams. Veloci there, Walsingham, 30th position. Won't be back out for this session, the top 25. Making it through out of session 1, so we'll see a few more drop out. Quite a 2,000ths of a second. Separating 25th and 26th. All for the finest of margins. So that is positions 2016, and those 15 will battle it for pole position. There is, yeah, the quality results up on screen. There is what the drivers are driving for. 3,200 euros for top place, 15,000 euros for entire prize pool. There is also bonus points as well. 50 finishing points and event to 10% points per race for the last one out, the 12-20 minute races. Incredibly fun. 100 points for the race win tomorrow. No championship points will be handed out tonight. Only the starting position, and it could be an important one. We'll see some cars obviously benefit tomorrow with the refueling of the car. It'll be interesting to see how the teams do it, try and fuel up and just do a drive-through. Chris on there getting a hello as well. Well, a couple of cars pulling over, so yeah, 40 seconds left and we'll be back out for the second session. It looks like Tinko van der Velde is in the car for Williams. Corey Sherratt behind the wheel as well. Zimbal is out. McConnell for RRJ. Philip Minard out for 255 competition. Leon Berndt getting a good time. 139.5. Bit of insider information there. The current practice time. And I think what we can do, we can maybe try and... Oh yeah, nope. Yeah, so we'll stick with that. There is the first qualifying session results. The drivers have got their last couple of minutes. to get everything set. It was BS Competition that took the top spot. Crazy Fly followed by Team Nitro and then Team Racing Point. So the top four well and truly getting the job done. Ragioli, if this was Q2, would have just squeaked through to Q3. Lian Concepts as well there in 14th position, but there you can see 255 and Gladius. 2 thousandths of a second separating the Ferrari and the Aston, and that is the difference. So Gladius are going to start in 26th position tomorrow. There is the rest of the teams. LFM, what was 44 cars we had in? Jardier 41st, Fisher Racing Academy 39th is where they'll start tomorrow as well. Sim Racing Champions are going to start in 35th with Gladius starting in 34th place. So some of the positions already decided. We have more to come. Now this is where it might get slightly confusing. Because it hasn't completely stripped the times. Let me see if we can't. Oh no, there we go. Perfect. They have reset back to 0. So we'll get fresh times for this 10-minute session. It is 3 10-minute sessions. A lot less cars on the grid for this one. Osterman, as we can see, he's out for BS Plus. We've taken the top spot already. There is Stevenrak out for 255. Oriziev for Armamentario behind the wheel. He's still in the pits. For Visceral, Shea O'Sullivan in the Ferrari. He can definitely put a lap in. Kevin Tadai out in the other Visceral car. Abeladze. Dink Donk muted. Don't think so. I believe we've got sound. Yeah, there we go. Not sure if he means. Let me just check. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully everyone is getting sound. Yeah, no, we are still up and running. Who are we looking for here? That is Gates out for the flyby team, part of Cryonics. There's Sasha Wassner, one of the LFM drivers. 6 minutes left to go. We're going to see the times coming in very shortly, and they're going to come in thick and fast. This is Jakob Osterman that we are on board with. I'm trying to merge the two. Not working at the minute, so we'll just have to stick with this. But Osterman is going to cross the line. He's going to be the first one to set a time. 1:39.7. Very nicely done indeed. Abeladze follows him across the line, 5 thousandths behind. 255 do like to keep it close. Iversen has pulled over Rodriguez for Williams up to 3rd place, and that is a 140. Sauer goes quicker. 140 could be a bit close actually. I think they will that be? Yeah, that is going to be pretty close. Porco across the line. Oriziev just coming down through. Oh, a lot of cars coming across the line. Yeah, we're getting some series time set, and now it's Philip Mina that's gone top. I saw him move up the charts, 1 minute 39.6. Certainly getting closer to some of the quicker times that we've seen in practice and already. Wassner crosses the line, 2.5 tenths off the current top spot. We won't say pole because, of course, that will be decided in the next session. Kevin Tadai then, not got a time set. Pulse Chirac, I think, has just rocketed up the charts. Rodriguez down to 7th place. Makovkin goes 6th in the Aston. Tadai taking it slowly on the way down, so this is still a warm-up lap for him. Or an out lap, sorry. So this one, if it is a time, it's going to be a slow one. So he's going for it now with 5 to go. Gates crosses the line as well, comes straight back in. Let's see, yeah, so Tadai, oh, that was another out lap for him. Looks like they're maybe doing a bit of tyre saving already. Mina will know 1 minute 39.6, very good time. Based on what we've already seen in practice and quali, and the conditions have stayed exactly the same. So yeah, good indicator. Less than half a tenth separating the top 3. Abeladze, the driver there in 3rd position. That looks like Porco about to come out in the Porsche. We're on board now with Kevin Tadai. He's just coming through Piratella and down into Aqua Minerale. This one he needs to count. A couple of cars in the pits. We've got a couple of spectators still in the server as well, but it is only 25 drivers that will be taking part in this session. 7 of them still from the last one. Wow, throws the Ferrari over those curbs as you would expect. Everyone else ahead, it looks like they're happy enough to sit in the pits. 17th place O'Connell, Prohl in 16th. Oh, 3 minutes left to go. So yeah, they've still got time to come out if they need to. I think McConnell will, well, he does need to come back out. He's currently in 17th and we've still got a couple of cars to set times. Kevin Tadai could make it 18th for him by going 8th place. So he sneaks it into the top 10. 3.5 tenths off pole. 4.5 tenths separating the top 10. O'Sullivan in 10th place. Leon Berndt, no time set for him at the moment. Another Bentley driver. We'll see what he can do. Oh, big yellow flags. Babin's still out in the Ferrari. Trinetsky is out as well with no time. And Tumara for Simhaven has just jumped back to the pits, I believe. So the Bentley driver looking to get himself into the top 15. He needs to get a 1 minute 40.251 or better if he's going to see his way through to the next round. Even then, that might not be enough because Babin is out in the Ferrari behind them. So these two still a set of time, and he is just behind them on track as well. We'll see what Berndt can do out of Vatsa and across the line. As I say, 1 minute 40.2 is the target time. If not, it's going to be their starting position for tomorrow decided. 11th place. As you would pretty much expect, he pops it into the top 15. Let's see what the Raggioli driver can do. It is Babin. Round the last corner, Berndt comes into the pits. 22nd place. And he's pulled over, so not going for another lap. So that'll be their quali done. We do still have another car out on track. Chris Warner, sorry. For Eau Rouge. They don't have a time set as yet. We've got 23 on the board. Schneider is still out on track in the Porsche as well. So 2 more to set times. And everyone else seemingly happy enough with their one run at it. And goes 14th place. Knocks Polovchuk out. The Mercedes is out of Q3. That is quite the turnaround. Let's see what Schneider can do. We will get the results all lined up as well. Here we go then, Schneider, is he going to break any hearts on the last lap? 22nd place. So that's not enough to take them through to the next round of quali. Philip Minar with a 1 minute 39.667, taking that top spot very nicely indeed. We will get the results up momentarily. Here we go. Confirmation then, 255 competition taking the top spot. BS keeping it in the top 3 with 255. 2 cars in the top 3. Team Nitro and LFM Esports into the top 5. Most importantly, Flyby Cryonics in 15th place. That means Gladius will start 16th tomorrow for the 4.5 hours with Visceral behind on the same row as them. Gladius, on the same row as Visceral. Team Racing Point are going to be 19th, Dumb and Dumber. Addison and team, they'll be 20th position with Fisher Racing in 21st position. Another 5-minute practice session for the drivers. The top 15 will be coming back out to set pole position times they will be hopeful of. Some beautiful engine sounds. Yep, Riverio there starting 25th behind Raggioli in 24th position. The Dynamic MS Youngsters in 23rd place. Of course, the results from Q1 I've already decided 26th through 44th. And there is the 15 cars that will be out in the final qualifying session. This one, the big one, to decide who will be starting where tomorrow. For round number 3, race 14, no less, of the International Endurance Series by Lian Lee. 6 hours of Circuit of the Americas, a very wet race indeed to start things off. Then it was 4 cars, 3 tracks and 12 races on the 16th of February. The Infinity by VCO, quite the test for the drivers. Tomorrow is the double stint deluxe, 3 sets of tyres for a 4.5 hour race. Drivers must do 2 stints each. That will be live here and across all of LFM's platforms tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for that. And of course, the next race will be the 15th and 16th of March, 2x4 at the Nürburgring. Race number 1 will be a dry race at the Nürburgring. Race number 2 will be the Nordschleife in wet and a reversed grid of the top 15 from race results from race 1. The final round, March the 29th, will be the Porsche Showdown. 2 3-hour races at Monza. The Porsche GT2 will be the weapon of choice. Race number 2 will have high with a randomness and a reversed full grid. So the grid will be completely reversed from the finishing order from race 1 to start off race number 2. That's going to be interesting. The drivers vying for the €15,000 prize pool. 100 points up for grabs in tomorrow's race. And tonight, up for grabs, pole position in tomorrow's race. It is going to be quite the event.
Introducing the International Endurance Series by Low Fuel Motorsport. Teams will compete for a total prize money of €15,000 over the course of 5 unique endurance events. In each event, teams will face a different challenge. Rarely driven cars, dynamic weather conditions, stretching tire life, or reversed grids. Teams will have to be adaptive to come out on top of their competitors and claim victory in the International Endurance Series by Low Fuel Motorsport.
Here are the standings before the start of tonight's quali. They'll be the same until the end of tomorrow's race. Team Nitro leading the way with Lian by Nitro Concepts in second place, 255 competition. Third place at the moment with Visceral and Williams, fourth and fifth. They're only separated by a point. PS Plus competition looking solid so far in quali. Only 3 points behind Williams Esport and on exactly the same points as Yardi, a community team, in 7th place. Alien Academy in 8th place, but Oplite Esports in 9th. Visceral rounding out the top 10. LFM have got 2 cars back-to-back, 11th and 12th. Crazy Fly in 13th, separating LFM's duo from the Gladius Competitions duo, the Aston and the Mercedes inside the top 15. Dumb and Dumber in 16th with Raggioli in 17th. G-League Esports in 18th place, and Veloce Thrustmaster in 19th position. 255 with another car in the top 20, and indeed rounding out that top 20 just ahead of a pair of Astons in Gladius Competition and Team Racing Point. That was a quick look at the standings. We're now in cool down. Ooh, Tinko van der Velde is out for Williams. He's set a very good time in the practice session. Niels Najuk, we've got Sherapin. Gaskell is in qualifying for the 255. There was 1 or 2 memes about that in the Discord chat, which was good to see. Turns out it's not quite the democracy some of the drivers had hoped it would be. But yeah, some stiff competition out there in the third quali session. Grunwald, Karakas, Hutchinson, Mitchell, all out behind the wheel. Boothby, Addison, Schubeck, Seminara. Not sure Addison's going to be out actually, yeah, because we've still got 23 cars in. So yeah, a couple of these drivers won't be out. Addison, one of them. Neuwirth, I believe, will be out. Rodriguez for Visceral. This is going to be incredibly close. We've already seen a very quick time in the quali, in the practice session here. 1 minute 39.480. 700ths ahead of Niels Najuk. And that is Tinko van der Velde in the Merc, who's set that one so far. A very nice livery indeed. Let's have a quick nosy. So yeah, there's a sneak peek at what the drivers have done in their 5-minute quali session. They are now about to start the final quali session for today. Well, slightly surprised. I did think we'd see them all come absolutely bursting out of the pits. A bit of calm and composure, yeah, giving one another, and giving themselves, more importantly, I suppose, plenty of space. Niels Najuk, first out of the pits. Oh, now we've got a little train forming there. The Williams car sandwiched between the 255 cars. That'll be a fair touch of PTSD for the Williams drivers. Oh, having a slight connection issue there. Hopefully that settles itself down. It does still say Shea O'Sullivan there, but I don't think it is Shea that's out. He's already been out and qualified, so I think that will change over. It does still say. There's one of the LFM cars. Good shown by them to make it through as well. Some really seriously stiff competition. Good at the old understatement, you would say. Fix this. Right, Minik out for LFM. Osterman, that's his warm-up lap done. 7.5 minutes left. 3 miles, almost exactly 3 miles for the drivers to contend with. We'll see how many of them go for times. Championship leaders have Tobias Grunwald behind the wheel of the Bentley. We know he can absolutely put a lap in when he needs to. They've had a few pole positions so far, took a few during the 12 races last time out. So we'll definitely fancy their chances. The LFM bot, as you would expect, doing wonders for the variety of cars. I think, did Audi make it through? Armamentario, yes they did. So we'll see them. There is Boothby out for 255. Another car that are definitely going to be aiming for the top spot. And of course Sam Gaskell, as I mentioned. So yeah, Nadjux, Gaskell, Raziev, Hutchinson, I think, is Tadai back out? I was expecting Zerbin. Okay, potentially that's one of the drivers on an entry list issue. Okay, yeah, no, everyone is running fine. So here comes Nadjic across the line, 1 minute 39.5, one of the quickest laps that we've seen this evening. And Sherepinen crosses the line 2/10 down. Sam Gaskell. Ooh, Polyakov is out for Armamentario in the Audi. That is going to be a lap time. Karekas out for Visceral. There we go. Confirmation coming up on the screen now with the drivers that are actually behind. And they're coming straight in. They're saving those tyres for tomorrow. Sam Gaskell is going to cross the line as Shar Boothby goes 5th. Gaskell goes 3rd as Van der Velde goes 2nd place, half a 10th behind Nadjux. So that's Nadjux on provisional pole at the minute. Hutchinson in 8th place. More cars pulling off the track at the end of their first run. Here comes Grantis Karekas around the last corner. Let's see what he's got under the hood as he crosses the start finish line. Goes 3rd place, separates Gaskell from Van der Velde. BMW, Mercedes, Ferrari with Tobias Grunwald championship leaders. Now 5th position, 2/10s, and it doesn't sound like he's going full speed. No, he's not. Very carefully slowing down there. Yeah, so warm up the tyres a bit. No. Ooh. Yeah, not sure what was going on there. He's maybe done with quali though. I'd imagine he'll come back out. 4 minutes left to go, still plenty of time to get a lap in, but the top drivers have won and done by the look of it, as Methuen goes 13th place. It's Mitchell in 14th down at the bottom of the pack at the minute. So this again will all be starting positions. Do we have? We've got one car out. It is Christer Podens. So one car left to set a time. 4 minutes left to go. I know there is limited tyre set, so I wonder if the drivers are just going to give it a quick one and done. Yeah, it's definitely looking that way as we watch another Bentley. Two of them are going to be in the top 15. Podens at the wheel through Ravazza. Strange strategy for me, going to be honest. Goes 13th place. Is Greenwald back out? I can't seem to quite get the camera on Grunwald. Niels Najuk then. He has got the top spot at the minute. Van der Velde in second place, with Caracas in third. Tauzier with an almost identical time to Caracas. He's got fourth place. Gaskell in fifth for 255. Schreppenen for Crazy Fly is just ahead of Boothby, who's just ahead of Hutchinson for Visceral LFM, with a car in the top 10. Just ahead of the Audi of Polyakov for Armamentario. Doesn't look like many of the cars are coming back out. 2.5 minutes left to go, so yeah, extreme tyre saving with only 3 sets for the event. The quality tyres used absolutely sparingly as possible, it seems. Let me just bring up something. Let's see if I can bring up some more information at the side. No, unfortunately, that does seem to be broken. Right, so let's have a look at the current timetables in their fullest. The results not coming up until the end of the session, which is a couple of minutes away. As you can see with the drivers, full tyre saving mode. Najuk, Osterman and Rotters for BS Plus. Looks like they've got pole position. Yeah, no one's got time to set an outlap. So, we are done and dusted with 2 purple sectors and 1 minute 39.560. It will be BS Plus leading the way at the start of tomorrow's race, with Van der Velde, Rodriguez and Muto for Williams in the Mercedes. Purple sector 3, half a tenth behind the pole time with a 1 minute 39.615. Visceral are going to start in third. Side by side with Tauzier, Bert and Klinkmuller. Gaskell for 255 and all 255 row 3 as he finishes just ahead of teammate Boothby. So bragging rights going the way of Gaskell and the team. Monique for LFM on row number 4 with Nikolai Polyakov of Armamentario. Podens for Gladius in 9th. Medwin for the Flyby Cryonics team. In 10th place, we've got Mitchell and Addison 11 and 12th. Schubach for Gladius and Rodriguez for Visceral 13th and 14th. In fact, they've not set times. Yeah, so I'm not sure what will happen there actually. There should have been 15 cars into the final session, but only 11 have set times. I did see a couple of cars drop out, so we'll see what the full results bring us, which will be in about 15 seconds time. But yet no one has come back out. Yeah, so let's get a look at pole position. Well, we'll wait on the results to pop up. There is our starting car for tomorrow with Van der Velde in second place. And in fact, I wonder if we can get really creative here. Yeah, not quite loading up, unfortunately. Okay, I thought we could get a quick look at the times. We'll get the results up in a moment. But yeah, confirmation. Van der Velde in second place. Caracas in third. Let me manipulate this. Yeah, Caracas in third. Gaskell 4th. Yeah, a couple of drivers are dropping out, so let's hopefully have the results up and loaded. And there we go, confirmation then. BS Plus competitions taking pole position with Williams and Visceral 2nd and 3rd. B Alien, Nitro and 255 4th and 5th, with Team Nitro Championship leaders in 6th place. Crazy Fly and B Alien on row 4, 255 and Visceral rounding out the top 10. LFM making it up to 11th position. Armamentario in 12th. G League Esports have got 13th place. Flyby Cryonics are going to start in 14th, and Brabham Motorsports at 15th position. Of course, the rest of the positions already decided, so that is the grid in its entirety, ready to go for tomorrow's double stint race. It's a 4.5 hour race at Imola, 48-minute stints for the drivers. They must double stint. They're going to need to double stint the tyres as well, because there is only 3 sets of tyres available for those drivers. It is going to be quite an interesting race, seeing how they all manage the strategy. Of course, it will be BS Plus competition leading the way. Quick look at the standings. Oh yeah, there we go. We've got them up. Excellent. Team Nitro, as you can see, leading the way at the moment. 6th place they've got for quali for tomorrow. B Alien by Nitro in 2nd and 255. Still in 3rd place with Visceral and Williams. Of course, still rounding out the top 5. This could all change tomorrow though, and yeah, if I was a betting man, I would be putting folding money on the fact that it does. We will be live for the entirety of the race tomorrow, so do make sure you tune in for that. It will be Christian Romano leading the way, and I will be bringing us home for the final half, so do jump in. Thank you to everyone for the follows this evening. Welcome in to LFM. Make sure to jump on the socials, jump on the website, get signed up and get yourself involved in the racing. Until tomorrow, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.
Introducing the International Endurance Series by Low Fuel Motorsport. Teams will compete for a total prize money of 15,000 euros over the course of 5 unique endurance events. In each event, teams will face a different challenge. Rarely driven cars, dynamic weather conditions, stretching tire life, or reversed grids. Teams will have to be adaptive to come out on top of their competitors and claim victory in the International Endurance Series by Low Fuel Motorsport.